That was a quick buzz.
Good morning, y'all.
What up, people?
I am very tired. I'm not quite awake. Y'all will not believe the chaos that has ensued in my kitchen. That is the reason I am half asleep right now. So I broke my coffee pot, but things were fine because I have a backup coffee pot because I'm a coffee addict. And that's the things you should do when you're a coffee addict. So I have a backup coffee pot, but it's a little one. And I was like, fine, I'll just figure it out until I get a new, bigger one.
Right?
Then I go to make my coffee this morning and I have no coffee filters.
Dude,
So I am raw dogging life this morning. I don't like it and I sleepy. I won't go bed.
we all just been having a moment. It's been a
Haven't
week.
we? Yeah.
It has absolutely been a week. So, and I apologize for last week. That was my fault.
For
It
once,
was
it wasn't mine.
No, it was my fault because that was the beginning of my really terrible week. So, what do you call it? I apologize. I slept in because I got woke up at like 4:30 in the morning, and then chaos just ensued the rest of the week. So, apologize, guys. I apologize.
Yeah, it's been, I don't know, it's been a couple days for me. But
Yeah.
anyways, so today I kind of guess we wanted to talk about how witches can be more resourceful. Not everything has to be a first time brand new purchase. And yeah, we're going to just kind of get into ways you can save both money, the environment, sometimes even time and energy.
Yes,
I really need some energy right now.
a lot of time, energy, and sometimes money, especially these
A
days.
lot of times money.
Especially these days. Every penny counts.
So damn it, as soon as I see you smoking, I want to smoke. And naturally, I did not grab anything before I came in this room. So I'm gonna
Oh,
say what I gotta say, then I'm gonna let you talk while I go get me something to smoke on. So,
uh,
which may or may not make me more tired, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I did want to say that I know a lot of times I say that I have to buy things new.
yes.
Especially bottles and stuff like that. I have a hard time, like I can't go to a thrift store and buy a glass bottle because I don't know what it was used for. I know you can cleanse it, clean it, do all of that fine, but I don't have the time and energy and I don't want to do any of that. So I'm not going to unless I'm recycling the ones at home, like my olive oil bottles or wine bottles or something like that, fine. But if it was like somebody else's, I'm kind of weird about it. I don't know why. I can't do it. Um, However, I will say that something I did recently that was a little, I don't know. I, I consider it just being resourceful and but also at the same time I'm like you might be scraping the bottom here, girl. But one of the things I do now is I use a Douce bottle for my holy water. And it's hilarious to me because I'm a reverend in good standing with the church. I have my good standing letter and everything.
Verify.
Yeah, like I am a reverend with good standing with the church. And I make holy water, but I'm doing it in an alcohol bottle.
Why not?
A cognac bottle at that. So it's a little hood too. But yes, but my thing is um the Douce bottle is the glass bottle and it has a gold cross on the front of it. So I was like, you know what? I could buy the okay, I don't know if anybody here makes holy water or if you've ever tried to buy holy water bottles. A lot of them are plastic
Yeah.
and that is one thing I will not teeter on. I'm not going to use plastic bottles. I don't use plastic if I can avoid it, period, like full stop. The closest thing to using plastic in any of my workings is using a freaking lighter.
Yeah.
So to light things. So yeah, but I do use a Douce bottle. I did realize that I do not need a fifth of holy water. So I will be getting a pint bottle of it soon as well. I do not recommend making a fifth of holy water. You do not need that much. And I will be right back because now I need something to smoke. So
I
you can
think,
take over.
well, yeah, because even the holy water I've gotten, like, this is gonna sound weird, but I get mine directly from the Vatican because the Vatican actually has a website you can go on to purchase holy water that's been blessed by whatever popes in power. And I did that. I actually did that like a couple years ago before the last pope croaked, and it's in a glass bottle. Like the Vatican does not send them in plastic. They send them in a glass bottle with whatever saint you choose on the bottle or the pope or whatever purpose it is. Like the one I have is for family protection, and like I won't use plastic for anything. Like I think the only thing I do that is involves plastic might be my lighter. And
You didn't
sometimes,
hear me because I was in the other room, but when you said Pope croaked, I died laughing.
yes, when the last pope decided to croak, like before, actually, it was before he croaked, like died. I got my holy water because, like, I guess that's the Catholic side really instilled in me by my grandmother. It was
Why don't you
it
make your own?
I do sometimes, like I had been for a long time, and then like when I did my whole wall over here behind, like when you walk in the front door, and I
Mhm.
made a thing for my grandmother, like with, the Pope's candle and all that stuff, I was like, I have to have something like directly from the Vatican because one of her most favorite like vacations she ever took was going to the Vatican in Rome. So I
Mm.
was like, I need this. This is a need. And it cannot be
Meanwhile,
plastic.
I am like, you couldn't pay me to go. But it's so I don't have the Catholic background though. So to me, it's more I did these moves for two different reasons. Like the reason I got ordained was one, a random ass side hustle,
It was a random
but two,
conversation too.
but two, my thing is, and I know that some practitioners think, well, I don't want to say think. I know that some practitioners, regardless of whether they are ordained or not, will make their own holy water because you can just bless it yourself. And most
Yeah.
practitioners consider themselves some kind of higher power anyway, whether that's they think they have godlike powers or whether they just don't believe in a god and they have like this is my energy. I everything is
Yeah.
about what I do. And that's fine. Um, however, my family does have a smidge of Catholic background. So to me, in order to have holy water, it needed to come from a church. And for a
Yeah.
while, I was actually planning on going out of my way and going to a Catholic church. I actually spent a couple weeks trying to find Catholic churches around me that fit what I wanted because I will only go to Mexican Catholic churches. So like I don't want you to speak English. Is that's how I want it. Like I want it to be in Spanish and Latin. I don't want it to be in
Yeah.
English. So I was looking and there's only two in the entire state and they're both like over half an hour away. And I don't know if you guys know about Midwest sprawl. Half an hour away is more like an hour away. And
Right?
like if you add traffic at all, something that's typically 30 minutes away is now an hour and a half away. I cannot explain it. But yeah.
Especially if you like this state and like something that could be 20 or 30 minutes away because of construction, it makes it a whole ass hour and a half away.
Don't get me started on construction. I live in
Oh,
Michigan. Do not get me started on construction. Like no,
we live in
at all.
states that the orange cone and the orange barrel are like now the new mascots.
Well, it's not new for us. That's why I'm like, don't get me started because it's not new for us. But
No.
um to get back to me using the Douce bottle, I do think that most of us should be reusing our glass bottles, because if you're making any amount of like oils or waters or anything that you use in your practice, the bigger the bottle, the better, as long as it's something you use a lot of. Like,
Yeah.
I don't make my own Florida water. I don't. So it comes in a plastic bottle. I do plan on recycling a glass bottle to start keeping it in,
Yeah.
just because I don't like having plastic bottles on my shelves. Um, but glass bottles and jars and stuff like that aren't the only thing that you can recycle. A lot of practitioners use eggshells to make chalk.
Oh yeah.
I personally don't have, one, a need for chalk, and two, I also do not have, I don't want to see. I think that boils down to a lot of it for me. Why I end up buying a lot of things is I just don't want to. I don't want to, I don't, okay. I know to some extent workings and stuff aren't always clean, but I am big on having clean hands. And I know sometimes your hands get dirty during workings, but I'm big on getting the fuck up and washing them off immediately.
Yes.
I don't deal with dirty hands whether I'm working or not. So what was my point? Oh yeah, so I don't want to make chalk by hand. I know that I actually think that's pretty cool, and like if somebody makes chalk with eggshells for a living and you sell it, I will buy it. But
Actually,
I'm
the chalk
not doing
only
it.
chalk I ever use is the one that Miss Fearless sent me a couple years ago. I don't know how
Oh,
she
okay.
makes it, but I have a Fearless chalk.
To
And
be
that's
fair, I don't use chalk in my workings. I don't use like I don't make pentagrams on the floor. I don't do any of that. My workings are very, very basic, very, very simple. Um I don't know. It's not a big to do when I do anything. God,
yeah.
maybe my witchcraft is boring.
Like I honestly I don't use chalk that often either, but with us redoing the house and stuff before we've been putting stuff on the walls, I've been using her chalk to put like the ruins and sigils and stuff of protection on like the studs of the walls before we put the drywall and stuff on. So lately that's the only time I've been using my chalk.
So, for those of you who might be new here, when she says ruins, she means runes.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'm used to it. It's been this way for years. It's not going to be fixed at this point. I've accepted it. I know what she means. I will translate. It's okay.
She is the translator. But yeah, so like that's the only time I've actually been using the chalk. And it's Miss Fearless's chalk and it's awesome. So other than that, I've never used it. Like I collect eggshells. Like I keep a bucket where I put the eggshells and I'll
Do you compost?
absolutely. I have
I know a lot.
two
I know a
of them.
lot of practitioners. I mean, I know a lot of mundane people who do it too, but I know a lot of practitioners are big on it. Especially if you're lucky enough to have a garden. Like, I definitely think you should. But y'all, I am an apartment witch, so
Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically you can
You
compost
actually
in an
can.
apartment, but listen,
I have one for the kitchen that's a little compost bucket that is for people like that.
but
But
also, I live in the Midwest and we get gnats and fruit flies real bad, and absolutely not. So I'm not having a little apartment bucket with food scraps in it attracting them in my apartment. I'm not doing that. So
mm-mm,
another thing is
dealt with it.
you're going to have to analyze your situation and see what kinds of recycling you can and can't do based on where you live,
Mm-hmm.
because like, yeah, if you live in a municipality where they have recycling centers, do that. But some people don't live in a place where they have a nearby recycling center, so they can't. And it's kind of hard to hold those people to the same standards because they don't have
Got
the
access.
resources that you do. Same with people who live in apartments versus houses. You know, I have nowhere to compost. And even if I did compost, what am I going to put it on?
Yeah, dude. Well, it's like also rain, like people who do rain buckets or the rain
Mm.
barrels at home.
I would love
Like,
to have some rainwater, but again,
yeah,
I don't have a balcony or anything. Like it's just a regular apartment.
yeah,
So
like,
if I were to collect it, it would have to be like in a bucket on the ground outside and people would be like, "What are you doing?" Like
yeah.
I have no privacy too, so that's also part of it.
Well, that and like, I know there's a like some cities or just like some areas and like, communities that it's collecting, like having rain barrels is actually against the law or against the rules because of
Yeah.
the bug collection or whatever. But like, I'm lucky I live in a part of my county that I'm allowed to, but
Hmm.
there's other parts of the county, like towards where my parents live, they're not allowed to.
Hmm.
So, like, you got to be careful with that, especially with like ordinance and stuff. Like, there's a lot of weird ordinance around here.
Yes. And
Like
they
I
change drastically,
all the
state to state,
time.
county to county, city to city.
Yeah, like I may be in the same county as my mom, but it's hilarious because her side of the county, you can't do rain buckets and stuff like that or rain barrels. And like I'm over here where I can. And then it's just like, especially like people who also you live in like places with homeowners associations and stuff.
HOAs.
Yeah, HOAs and stuff. Like a lot of HOAs don't let you do things like that. Like
Hmm.
I'm I have a couple friends who live in HOA areas that they can't compost, they can't have rain barrels, they have to have a specific landscaping. So even if they wanted to do like different gardens and different flowers, they can't because it has to be a cookie cutter landscape in the
Hmm.
front and the backyard. So I have friends who are like, I can't even have a garden. And if I do, it has to be pots and they have to be specific colors and sizes. And it's like, wow, screw them HOAs.
Yeah. I do want to go back to the apartment composting thing real quick though, because I do know some places, like specifically New York, they actually make it easier for people in apartments to compost.
Hmm.
Um, but where I live, they don't. So I do want to say again that just because you live in an apartment doesn't mean you can't compost. It's just not ideal for me because I don't want bugs in my house.
Yeah, dude.
So,
Well, because like for like my practice, compost dirt, I use as a substitute for like sometimes for like cemetery dirt
mhm.
because it's the decomposing bodies of plants.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
So I know like many, many moons ago and our other life ago, I had done a video about using compost dirt as graveyard dirt substitute. So like I use that if I just can't get down the road to the family cemetery. So like that's a good substitute, like outside of like what it's actually supposed to be used. And if you want to use it in your practice. Because I mean,
And
some people ain't got time to run to a cemetery.
right, some people don't live in places where cemeteries are literally anywhere and everywhere like I do. There, I can get cemetery dirt when I go to the grocery store. I'm not even kidding.
Exactly, dude.
Like here, three of the grocery stores that I go to have a
The
cemetery
cemetery right there.
in the parking lot. No, there's this one place here. It's actually a strip mall, and there's this
Yes.
little strip of land. I think I sent you a picture of it one
Yes.
day.
I was like, what the hell is
Um,
this?
yeah, there's like this really big strip mall. Like it's not a strip mall. It's like a shopping center. It's like a
Yeah, it's a
really,
whole
really
ass
big
shopping
shopping
center.
center. And like the turn in to where you go into the shopping center, right next to it is like a tiny little cemetery. There's only maybe about six,
Yeah, there's like
six or
yeah.
eight people buried there. But it's just a really weird place to see a cemetery. But yeah, no, I can get graveyard dirt when I go to the grocery store.
Hold on, I gotta pick up some bread and some dirt. Thanks.
Michigan is a very weird place.
Dude, I mean,
But
it's like people here have cemeteries in their backyards.
But I do want to speak on something I was going to talk about anyway, but Fearless kind of mentioned it. And she said that composting, reusing glass containers, and drying leftover plants for later are all things anyone can do. You can even compost in an apartment. And yeah, I was going to talk about drying leftover plants. So, drying isn't something that I do so much because typically when I buy the herbs. I don't, again, in apartments, so I'm not growing my own herbs or anything like that. So I think you can kind of just safely assume that anything I acquire is from a grocery store or a seller of some kind. So
Yeah.
when I buy herbs or plant material that I need for either working or cooking, it's usually in a culinary setting, at least to begin with. So instead of drying it to freeze it, it's either already dried, or I end up freezing it instead.
Yeah.
That is actually something that I recently started doing because I used to waste a lot of food, like stuff. But yeah, that's something that helps a lot. And then you have it for later, even if you don't need it now, versus just letting it go bad.
Yeah, dude. Or like like the marigolds. I was like, I have a whole freezer bag full, like a gallon bag. I'll send you some because I collected them from when my marigolds started dying off. I'm
Yeah.
like, here you go.
Also,
Didn't,
another thing too is don't hoard stuff. That's
yeah.
part of it. Because if you're hoarding stuff and you have it for a long time, things do expire.
Oh yeah, they do.
And so it's cool that you have 2 pounds of, rosemary, but are you going to use 2 pounds of rosemary before it goes bad?
Yeah. Because rosemary, the oils in it can, like, even if it's dried, the oils go
When it goes
away.
rancid, and when it's rancid, ugh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Especially depending on the
So
area you live in, the heat and moisture can like make it turn real quick. Real quick.
so I suggest only buying like amounts that you need to begin with, so that you're not stuck with a bunch that you have to try to either um, dry, freeze dry, or store somehow.
Yeah. See, like I keep things that I use a lot of, either with cooking or in my practice. Like marigolds, I use a lot. Like I use them for incense, I use them for workings, I use them for everything. And now that my neighbors, we have roaming chickens in the neighborhood, I use them to feed the chickens because marigolds are good for chickens. I'm that good neighbor. I take care of the chickens because they're on my property sometimes too.
Another thing, this isn't so much recycling or reusing, but kind of going back to what I was saying about don't buy too much.
Yeah.
I learned a very valuable lesson the hard way. So I kind of got fixated when I learn things, I am a tactical learner. I like to have it in front of me. I like to see it. I like to touch it. I like to smell it, whatever. So when we I don't want to say we worked with crystals, but I dabbled a little bit, but I needed it. I was like, we all need one. So we all had to get the same stones and make sure everybody had one of everything. And I still have two of them.
And I'm over here left with like a pound of each or more.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's like 2 pounds of each. So I have a
See,
lot of
see what I'm saying?
crystal.
Do not buy more than you need.
Yeah.
But once I moved on from crystals, I got really interested in oils, like really interested. So as of right now, I can look and see, I don't know how many bottles of carrier oils. They're not actually like oils. They're not made oils. They're just carrier oils, and I got all of them.
All the
Um,
oils, all the carriers.
I spent I spent so much money on just almond oil, avocado oil, olive oil, everything, all of them, sunflower, just any carrier oil you could think of, I have it. Um, but then you find out, oh yeah, some of them have real short shelf lives.
Real short life.
Like avocado oil, it's real short. Yeah, so
Like if you don't keep that stuff, like especially avocado oil, like in a refrigerator, that stuff goes bad real quick.
Also, I will recycle paper by making it fuel for my fires.
Yes.
I,
Yes.
well, to be fair, my fires are itty bitty. They're in a little tiny cast iron, what is it called? Cauldron. And I have to be careful because I will set off the fire alarm.
Another good re way to recycle the papers is if you're like you and me who have shredders, you could shred that and use it in a poppet. Like just
I've
use
never
it
thought
as
of that.
stuffing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use it as stuffing because, like, I mean, it still does its job.
Yeah, and depending on what you're doing with that poppet, that also makes it more flammable.
Yes, exactly. So if you need to burn that bitch, but there you go. Because that's what I've done before. Like, I didn't have stuff to stuff a poppet except for like the shreddings of all the other stuff that I had to shred, and I was like,
And it is
stuff it.
paper, so at least it's still natural because that's my rule. Like I don't use polyester filling or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
I only use if I have cotton stuffing, or like scraps from clothes that are super old and falling apart. Like if it's holey and stuff, I'll just rip it apart,
Yeah,
shred it, and use that for stuffing. To be fair, I actually prefer clay than like sewing and stuffing
yeah,
for poppets, but
yeah. But sometimes you need it. So paper, shred that paper and make it into stuffing, especially if you're burning the poppet. But I use a lot of clay. But I've ended up starting to make my own clay again for things like that. You know, it's simple. Flour, water, salt. There you go.
I
'Cause
use earth clay, um, because it's literally the only way I can kind of factor in the element of earth. I pretty much only work with water, fire, air. So and I don't know if you if anybody remembers this, but a while back, this was probably 2 or 3, maybe 4 years ago. Um, there was a really big storm here, and there was this huge stick. It was like a small branch
the stick.
outside. And I was like, I really want that. I didn't know why. I just really wanted it. I was like, I need that branch. And my husband's like, why? And I was like, I don't know. I just need it. Will you go get it for me? Because, of course, I didn't want to look crazy. So I'm going to make him look crazy. So he goes out there and he drags in this big ass branch that I had in my little working room.
Is it still there?
No, it's not. I got rid of
Oh.
it. But basically one day I was doing a working and I was like, it was a planned working with you and a ex-partner. And I had said something about, dang, I always use fire and air. I never use
Yeah.
anything else really. So I go in here and I start getting everything together to do this working, and tell me why that freaking branch cracks me over the head hard. Like I thought my head was bleeding. I was like, oh no, my head. And once I started working with earth a little more, like I stopped having problems. But it was weird because like the way it was stood up, there's no way it could have cracked me on the head.
No, dude.
I wasn't even that close to it. And I mean, it was hard. Like I wanted to cry. Like my eyes teared up and like my head felt like that burning, I think I'm bleeding pain. It was pretty horrible. Um, yeah.
Yes, I
Oh,
remember that.
another way to use paper is your oh, what's the word? When you write your what you call it?
The petitions.
Yeah, write your petitions on old bags, old paper, old envelopes.
Yeah, dude. All them, what do you call it? All that junk mail that you get in the mail.
Um,
Use some of
unless
that
you're like
blank
me though,
papers.
because part of yeah, to me, as long as it's blank, it works.
Yeah, because like I've been
Anything with
getting a lot of
writing on it, not so much.
I've been getting a lot of those uh other political party freaking mail, and like it's the letter and then a blank piece of paper and a blank envelope. It's like y'all are wasteful. Stop trying. Cause
Morning,
like,
Tammy.
yeah. Cause like that's what I've been getting. I've been getting a lot of that from I don't even know how I got on the damn mailing list, but from Erica Kirk. I've been getting a lot
Ew.
of shit from that whore. So I've been taking all the blank stuff that's in there and like just putting it away to write things on and stuff. And the rest gets burned. Like, go away. But yeah, dude, I really don't know how I got on there, but I'm on there. I want to hit right return to sender on there and some other nice words, but we won't get into that. But yeah, dude, recycling is awesome. I recycle my flower pots.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you call it? When I get like different little plants and they come in the pots that you at the store, I recycle those. I have like a whole container full of different little planter pots. So like that way I don't have to buy any when I'm trying to grow something. And some of them I use like they come in different colors. So like some of them I actually make for a purpose. Like, okay, this color for this plant and all that. So like I use that really very much for that.
There's probably a ton of other ways that I don't know because honestly, I could do better. Um, so yeah, if anybody has any other ones, feel free to share because like I said, I think we could all do better. I know that I reuse plastic bags when we have them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, y'all.
I'm that old
Oh,
lady.
wait a minute. Two things about the plastic bags. Well, no, one thing. One thing about plastic bags, one thing that I had forgot to tell everybody about. I don't know if I said this on a Patreon episode or if it was here, but I had a friend that was coming to visit. And I know I had said something about me tripping because the room she had to stay in is the room I'm in now. And that's where all my woo woo stuff is. So I was like, fuck, she's going to trip. But of course not, because I had her inebriated from the second she got here till right before she had to leave. So she wasn't paying attention to anything. She either never noticed it or didn't
Didn't
care
say
because she
anything.
was in here for like almost a week. So I'm pretty sure she saw at least some of it, and either, like I said, she either didn't care, didn't know what it was, or was like, I don't know. I think she just didn't care.
I
But
think so too.
how that ties into plastic bags, this is how. So she still lives in California, where I'm from. Plastic bags have been outlawed there or banned there for a long time now. She was
Hmm.
when we went to the grocery store, she was like, I haven't seen a plastic bag in ages. And she starts taking pictures of the bag dispenser, like the thing that the
Yeah.
plastic bags hang on. She started taking a picture of it, and a lady that worked at the grocery store was like, is there a problem? And she's like, no, I just haven't seen plastic bags in forever. So this lady is looking at her like, is she
Where
all
you
right?
from?
She's looking at me crazy like, is she with you? Is this weird alien lady with you? And I was like, she's from California. They don't have plastic bags there. And she just kind of was like, oh, okay, and walked away. But yeah, she was embarrassing me in the grocery store because hadn't seen bags in so long. Um, yeah, so there
Oh,
was
dude, that
that.
reminds me. My cousin Callie, before she had passed away, and I was on a video call with her at the grocery store, and she lived in California. She was tripping out at all the plastic bags like a couple years ago, like right before she had passed away. And she kind of did the same thing, but because she was on the video thing, she's like, "Your state still has plastic bags?" I was like, "Well, apparently." So,
Her weird ass taking pictures. I was so mad though. Like, girl, I gotta
oh,
live here. I gotta come back here.
oh,
I'm gonna come back here one day and I'm gonna see her pointing at me like, see, that's the girl I was telling you about. Her weird ass friend was taking pictures of the bags.
dude, right? Like.
But
California, they're gonna be all California people are not allowed in this store anymore.
those weird ass California girls, they act like they ain't never seen a bag before.
Oh, I know they're trying to do that here, but it's kind of not flying with everybody around here. I'm
I'm not
like,
gonna lie, I don't think I would care because one of the grocery stores that we used to shop at all the time, they only had plastic or not plastic, they only had
paper.
paper bags.
Yeah.
So I was used to it already. It's just where we moved to, the grocery store that's closest to us now still uses plastic, but you would have to pay for paper.
It's funny, you have to ask for paper bags here too. Like they don't ask paper or plastic anymore. And like if you want paper bags at like some of the grocery stores, you have to specifically ask and it's an extra charge.
My okay, here's my thing. Here's my rant, and then I'll be done talking about fucking bags. So here's my rant. I don't like the people who are like, "Oh, I don't want paper bags because they're not as durable as plastic." No, you just have to be smarter than the bag. If it's a
Exactly.
if it's a plastic bag, yeah, grab it by the handles. Sure, why not? If it's a paper bag, I grab it and support it from the bottom.
Bottom people.
You
We all
just gotta
grew up.
be.
I think that's the weirdest thing because like I know most of like me growing up, like the whole plastic bag thing wasn't a big thing until maybe I got to high school.
Yeah, when I
So
was a
like,
kid, I used to have to carry in paper bags too.
yes.
And after you break the first one, you figure it out. But apparently, some grown ass adult people out here who sometimes even have grown ass people, adult children, um, can't seem to figure out how to carry a paper bag and therefore throw temper tantrums about having to use paper
Yes.
bags. And those people, I need you to grow up and I need you to figure out how to be smarter than a paper bag.
Yeah, dude, because like I remember that's all we had when I was a kid. And like I said, the whole plastic being everywhere thing wasn't a thing until like maybe I got to eighth grade or freshman year of high school. And then I never really saw paper bags after that. So mind you, that's like 98, 99. So 2000, like, so this everybody like with the whole paper bag thing, if a store is switching to just paper, y'all, I know you all grew up with most with paper bags, so learn your stuff. It's not that hard. Or if you're like us, get a little cart that carries your paper bags. Not hard at all. Not one bit.
So
So,
yeah, burn stuff, freeze dry stuff,
yeah.
make eggshell chalk.
Them pasta sauce jars are amazing to store stuff or make use it for working because I use a lot of those. I have a couple of those in my freezer right now.
And see, meanwhile, my favorite glass to recycle is usually wine bottles
Yes.
or liquor bottles. It depends on what it is. And if you do drink, I know it seems like a lot of practitioners don't. Um, I'm not with that whole purity culture shit that they're trying to push on witchcraft, where it's like, oh, you can't, they don't want to take any like mind altering substances. And I'm like, you need to check the history, boo.
Thank you. Because
This is all about some hallucinogens.
you can bet your ass I am totally repurposing my gin bottle that I got because that bottle is freaking amazing and very botanical and like
You still
a
have the bottle, the brandy bottle, the honey brandy.
yes, I haven't like dude, I've barely made a dent in that. Barely. And you got it for me what, like 3 years ago?
Something like that.
But yes, I still have that. And that when that does get empty, it will be repurposed too because that's an amazing bottle too.
Oh, I don't know how I forgot about this one because it's actually one of the ones I do more often is I recycle clothes. I use that to sew poppets or if I'm gonna set something on fire, sometimes I'll just like quickly hand sew together a little like pouch to put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old towels are a good
Old
one
towels are
for that.
perfect.
Yeah. Especially because some of the old towels are so like worn thin that it's super easy to tie them together and you don't have to sew at all.
Yes, dude.
because I am horrible at sewing.
Or old towels, old washcloths, old dishcloths. I have a lot of old dishcloths that I use because I go through them so quickly. So I love those.
Fearless
Especially,
has an even better idea about the bags is to get the reusable bags. Yeah. I wish I had done that when they were cheaper.
I did that. I have a whole bunch.
I'm pissed. Like I'm really mad that I didn't get them when they were cheap because now they're not cheap anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna
So
date
yeah.
myself here, but like I remember when I used to shop at the Disney store and they would put your stuff in a reusable bag and
Yeah.
stuff. So I have a whole bunch of like Disney store reusable bags and stuff like that. But
I used to have some from my husband's workplace because they had them. Um, However, all of my in-laws have since stolen them.
you've been jacked.
So yeah. But that's a good point. And actually, since we're on the topic of reusable bags, not just for grocery shopping, but you can get reusable like Ziploc style bags.
Yeah,
Um,
they're
and
great.
it's yeah.
As a parent, will vouch. The reusable Ziploc bags are amazing because that's how I used to do the kids' snacks when I would set up snacks every night for the next day. I have reusable bags for them because I was not going to go through boxes and boxes of zippy bags.
Well, I like making homemade alcoholic popsicles. So you can get the popsicle shaped ones too. Also,
Yeah,
if you have ever had kids or if you ever ate popsicles, you will see how quickly like the plastic garbage adds up. It's
it
actually kind of
does.
sad.
That's why we started doing a lot of the stuff we do is because, we've got two kids and like I learned a lot with my oldest, and I was like, okay, so we need reusable stuff because I can't sit here and buy, these kind of things like every week or every other week all the time. So reusable zippy bags were like my favorite, or like the little bento boxes where they were all divided. And like now that the kids are, older, I use those for organization stuff on my, you know, altar for all them crystals that I don't need. They're all sitting in a bento box. So,
So another thing too, um, is if you use candles, I use the glass jar candles, and that's the pretty much the only kind I use nowadays. I use them as incense burners after.
me too. You'll see that around my house where I've got like sticks stuck into what little wax is left.
Fearless
So,
said her grands used to wash and reuse Ziploc bags, aluminum foil, and takeout containers. Okay,
yes, the
listen.
takeout containers and the foil I can vouch for my great grandparents.
My mother-in-law will reuse foil, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little OCD, like I get a little weirded. I have real bad germ issues. So I'm not messing with that. However, I am good for like when we were growing up, we would have the butter bucket full of like beans or spaghetti, anything but butter. Um,
Yes, I
People
still
would
do
be like,
that.
why is there 8 tubs of butter in your refrigerator? I promise you, none of that is butter.
It's
We don't
not
even
butter.
have butter. We don't have butter right now. We're out of butter.
I have that is going on in my fridge right now too.
I'm all for reusing takeout containers, plastic containers, as long as they can be properly washed. My thing with aluminum foil is like, I don't think you can properly wash it without it getting toe up. So I'm just like, I'm not playing with that. But no, I'm all for reusing. I still reuse takeout containers, especially the ones from the Thai food place here, because it's the good ones. They're like really
Yeah.
good takeout
Or
containers.
this is gonna be very typically Hispanic, but like the blue cookie tin, I use
I
that
do
for my
that. I do
sewing
that too.
kit.
Yes.
That is my sewing kit, not cookies, people.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Danish butter cookies. It's a
It's
Mexican sewing kit.
it's exactly what my container is, and I've had that for it's forever since I think I was a teenager. And my grandma
Oh,
used to have like a whole stack of them full of all her sewing stuff.
I actually, when my collection was much smaller, I used to use an old hat box to keep all of my decks in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, your hat box.
Yeah, it was hella pretty too. My
Yeah.
mother-in-law gave it to me. Yeah,
See,
there's tons of ways to like reuse things. And I honestly think that's why witches' houses or the room that they work in or their clothes or just some of the things they have, it tends to be eclectic because it tends to be things that were given to you or things that you repurposed so it looks out of place or something like that. Like if you come in my, I don't know, I guess you can call it altar room. If you come in here, like you'll see all of my books and my decks, and I have a skull figure, and I just, I have a bunch of woo woo stuff, but it looks crazy because in between there's also a tub of clay.
yes.
um, there's a couple alcohol bottles
Yeah.
because the shape of them will work for certain types of magical liquids of varying sorts. So then you have like I have a thing of paint, like just blue paint.
Yeah, dude.
It's very random because you get things based on what you need in the moment, and you just end up with this weird assortment of odds and ends.
Yeah, dude. It's just crazy because like I mean, people you seen my shelf, like I've got books, I've got jars, I've got herbs, I've got candles, I've got perfumes. I've got random shit on my shelf. Completely like you wouldn't even know where to start to look at my stuff because I have plants. I've got so many different things. Dolls. Like I have a doll collection there, and they all have a purpose even though they're part of my collection. Oh, statues. I have little random statues that people got me. I have a raccoon skull.
I will
But
fight you for that.
I need to send that to you,
I
actually.
will fight you for it. How dare you not send it to me?
Yeah, I
I
have.
I need it more than you do.
Yes, I keep sitting there and like, I need to. I meant to send that to you when I sent the marigolds too, and I don't know why I didn't.
It's one of like seven bones I need. My bone wish list is so short, but it's so specific.
Oddly specific,
That's what's
especially the
holding me up. I could
swan.
have had I could have had all my bones by now, but no, they have to be weird ass bones.
Especially your swan bone.
I want a swan rib bone, preferably from the left side.
See, oddly
She's
specific.
like, she's sick of hearing about it.
See, oddly, dude, my sister even volunteered one day to get it for her
I'm
because
like,
she
don't
had,
kill it. It's gotta
because
already be dead.
because she had swans at her apartment. And this one was like, please don't murder it. She goes, my sister told me, she's like, what if my daughter accidentally did it? I was like,
Jeez. I'm not gonna lie, I would still take it.
no, you would. Would have been out of love from
When
Squishy.
when would I ever have the opportunity to get it again?
That's okay. That whore decided to move back home, so and I don't even know if the apartment complex still has swans. They probably do not.
Oh, fearless. We know everybody does it, but that's just the side of our families that did it.
Yes, especially now that in public and like on social media, the whole canister thing is a Hispanic joke these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Because I had, let's see, out of all my grandmas, there's a lot going on in my family. There's like adoptions and stuff like that. So I actually have more grandparents than most people.
dude,
So
me too.
I have three white grandmas, and out of three of them, only one of them had the tin with the sewing stuff in it, and one of the white. Well, she was more of an aunt to me, but she was old like my grandma, so she was actually a seamstress, and she did not have the tin because she had a
Just like
room
I'm too
full.
professional.
Yeah, she's like, I got too much shit to fit in there. But yeah.
It's funny. Good times. Good
Plus,
time.
the fun part about recycling the cookie container is watching kids think they're about to have a sugar high and then be like, psych,
My kids do it all the time. Like when I pull it
you
out, like
thought you were about to drive me crazy today, but instead you found my sewing kit. Thank you. I was looking for that.
my kids have gotten to the habit of like now that they see that tin, they're like, oh, there's no cookies in it. Especially like this last past Christmas. And
So now you can buy some. Yeah.
I actually had a tin and they left it
And they'll stay
alone
out of it.
because
Ah,
they thought
that's
it was
good.
mommy's sewing kit.
I love that. They're like, oh, that's just needles. I'm gonna get poked if I open that.
But yet there was actually cookies in that one and they didn't even touch
You
it.
got to keep your cookies. Yay.
Yeah, I did. I was so excited, which is very rare because I don't get to keep a lot of my stuff. Like I've had to stash like my gummy bears and Twizzlers.
Yeah.
Because if they're out, they're gone. Oh, it's gonna be so fun. But yeah. Oh my gosh. I do. I love recycling things. I can turn something into something. Like I had an old box TV that I took the guts out of and made it into a dog bed.
That's cute when people do that.
Yeah, I did that one time because like when we bought the house, the previous owner left furniture and stuff and they left an old big box TV and I just gutted it and I turned it into a dog bed for our dog. And it was the perfect size because she was a medium-sized pit bull. It was the best. The best.
I'm tired.
Right?
I
Oh,
need coffee so bad.
ugh. Oh yeah. I know it's off topic, but happy Pride Month to everybody, since I didn't get to say that last week.
Yes, that definitely.
Yes, celebrating the Pride Month.
It's Pride Month. I'm gonna make my husband, well, not make, I'm gonna highly suggest that my husband buy me some of my gay jewelry. Y'all,
Yay!
I'm gay.
I mean, a couple people got to see my awesome Pride flag display I put out this year. I bought flags for each of my kids and the trans and Pride flags and put them all out so my neighbors know this house
I
is
want to
gay.
go on my annual rant, my annual gay rant. So my annual gay rant is this. I don't like the erasure of bisexuality. Bisexuals exist and bisexuals can be in straight appearing relationships because they're attracted to both. So if they're attracted to the opposite, it can happen, y'all. It's fine. That doesn't make me not gay. I'm still very gay. And my husband will tell you that too. He's like, she's gay as hell.
Mhm. Exactly. My husband is gay as hell. Come on. Like, and I enjoy it. So,
My husband knew what he was getting into. It was not news to him. Like he already knew. We were friends before we got together, so he already knew. But yeah, it's just really funny because I was with him for a couple of years, maybe more than a couple, maybe like 4 or 5-ish years, right? And I don't remember how the topic came up, but I told his mom that I was bi. And she was so shocked. And I was just like, why is it shocking? And she's like, well, because you're with a guy. And I'm like, yeah,
and
that's part of it. Who would have thunk?
right. See, and I think it's funny because like when you say that, like I
I'll get off my soapbox now. That's the end to my yearly gay rant.
yeah,
Thanks for coming to my
yeah,
TED Talk.
bisexuals can be in same like straight appearing relationships, people. You guys gotta represent them too. Jesus.
Yeah, we don't get much representation, and when we ask for it, we kind of get looked at goofy, but it's okay.
Yes.
I'll just be gay over here by myself. It's fine.
It's okay. We all celebrating here. I gotta add the bi flags to my flag collection because
See, even you left me out. Jeez. I'm
oh,
kidding.
it's just funny. Actually, the niece over here is the one who was like, "Where's the buy flag, Mom?" I was
Yeah.
like, "I'm sorry. I was trying to make sure I got your all's flags perfect."
It's fine.
Because I got one who's an ace. So that kind of makes everybody happy because they're sex repulsed. So I'm cool with that. I don't have to worry
I'm not
about
gonna lie. I don't know all the flags.
it's okay. Fearless is
I'm old and I'm struggling.
fearless has helped me.
I think mine is pink, blue, and purple.
It
I think.
is. Yes, yours is pink, blue, and purple. Then I have black, gray, white, and purple for asexual. And then of course the trans, and then pansexual, which is pink, yellow, and blue. So it's a whole gay ass family up in here. So we love it.
I want a shirt that says hella gay.
Yes.
That's my favorite phrase.
I have a t-shirt that says free mom hugs and it's got the flags on it.
Aw,
Yes.
that's hella cute.
That
All
is
right,
me.
y'all, we're rambling about nothing, and I'm tired. I have no coffee. I want to cry. I'm
Also,
so tired.
I want to thank you and Fearless and Linda for being my sanity boards this week. So I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, I'm used to it by now.
We all are. Especially when I go batshit crazy. It's not normal.
It's okay, fearless. Make up your own damn flag. It's fine. I think that's what we're all doing anyway.
Uh,
Everybody just make your own flag. It's fine.
uh, it's all good.
She said, I love the colors. Let me see. The colors of many flags, but I'm cis and heterosexual.
Yeah. We need to make one for parents like me and her who
Right.
like we need a parent, a supporting parent flag, especially
Yeah.
for us that are like gun ho on taking care of our peoples. So,
We
yay.
need we need an ally flag.
We do. Like we don't have one. Like, yeah, I can fly everybody's flag, but like I want one that shows that like these are my people. I'm gonna protect them, you know? Like I know they have the ally flag with the weird V thing on it, but I don't like it. It's not pretty. Like
You're
it's
getting
not.
all dirty.
Yes, so we need to come up with something cool. Everybody else has. Why not us, parents and allies? So, yay.
I'm about to go, Mimi's.
You're about to go memes. All
Yeah,
right,
I'm
homies.
tired. All right, y'all. Recycle, do all that stuff. Watch Captain Planet. I don't know.
I was just watching a reels about Captain Planet earlier, but okay.
I loved Captain Planet growing up.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
oh,
teach they teach you a bunch of cool stuff to make sure you're not being a douchebag to the planet.
absolutely, dude. Bring Captain Planet back.
Now I gotta
Uh,
go. No, I where was it? Hold on, I'm about to find it. Where I'm a little medicated. I gotta focus. It comes on. There's some old channel that plays like old cartoons and it comes on that channel.
I know it's on Tubi now.
No,
That's one.
this is like a TV channel. It's like Laugh or something like that. I don't know. It's something weird that I'm not all that familiar with. But my husband will sometimes put it on in the morning
I'm not the
because
only adult.
it has the old we it's the old like cartoons that he grew up watching, like freaking Thundercats.
Yes. Oh,
Oh my God, we gotta go. We're talking about nothing. All right, y'all. Recycle and hold on. Avoid any videos about the origin of Captain Planet.
oh yes, I agree because they're really weird. Really, really weird.
Well, guess what I'm doing before I take a nap?
We're going down the rabbit hole of the origins of Captain Planet.
Absolutely. So, if you haven't already, Google the origins of the Captain Planet because that's what I'm about to do.
Thanks, Fearless.